how has all the different adaptations that have been done of this changed the way people view the characters, or maybe like the type of people that are attracted to the characters?
I'd say with the Robert Downey Jr. and the recent BBC series, our demographic it's got a lot younger, I'd say. Or not, the kids are always coming, they're coming with their parents. We've got a lot younger interest in people who are sort of mid-teens to their early 20s. I think that group has gone up a lot since the new films and the new TV show.
Yeah, I know that's like a lot of my friends have only seen the new show and they haven't seen any of it else, but they still consider themselves Sherlock Holmes fans. Do you think that they can, or?
They can consider themselves fans of those, yeah, absolutely. It's a tough one. You couldn't say they were fans of the books if you haven't read them, I suppose. But you can certainly say you're a fan of that world, and it's such an impact, Sherlock Holmes anyway. I mean, it's kind of gave birth to detective fiction in a way, or certainly the modern breed of it. So. Right.
Yeah. And then with the fact that we have so many crime shows now, like I know some people think he was like the first character like that. Do you think that?
I don't think he was the very first. I mean, there were other characters in crime fiction things, but I think he was the first to have such a legacy and so many stories and so popular that it kind of got ingrained in popular culture, and nearly everything since then has had similar things. You know, the sidekick in Watson, you've got things like that. We've all kind of just adapted, and all kind of give the same thing, really.
Do you think that these characters sort of started or continue any British stereotypes that people might have, like, of who aren't British?
Possibly. I mean, there's this whole stiff upper lip thing that's quite common in the Sherlock Holmes stories, but Watson is seen to have more of a heart. So, there are some things about it, but I don't think anyone particularly stereotypes Sherlock Holmes with England so much. They associate it with it, but I don't think they think that's what English people like so much.
Okay.
As far as I know.
And what are some observations you've had about different nationalities of tourists that come here? Like, I'm thinking specifically maybe like British tourists who come versus American tourists who come, if they act differently when they're here.
British and American, I wouldn't say there's too much difference. I'd say maybe American tourists are a bit more up for a bit of fun with doing the silly photos and things. I'd say British tourists possibly a little bit more embarrassed about it. If they have to do photos outside wearing hats and things like that, they'll still do it, but maybe a bit less willing.
Why do you care so much and want to work here? And
I don't know. I think Sherlock Holmes is a kind of interesting character in that I can't think of many other characters that are so ingrained in popular culture that people almost think that they're real. I'd say 50% up of our visitors think that he was a real person. And it's a fine line between sort of telling them the truth and ruining their dreams, you know.
Right.
You collect your tickets just at the back, my day. Okay. Yeah, I think it's really nice working here. It's nice to provide a service to people and make sure their holiday's a little bit better. If that's all I'm doing, then that's great. But if they've got a day out and I put a smile on their face, then that's a good thing. Most of the day I'm stood outside dressed like a Victorian policeman, so... Yeah.
So you get to see all of the picture taking with the hats?
Yeah, thousands. I've been here I'm one of the longest serving members of staff here. I've been here for a good few years, and I must have my photo taken a million times by now.
So you don't mind the camera?
I have to. I have to like the camera. Yeah, I've got no choice.